and just like, how did you know like that was the one? Like, was that a confirmation that you got from God or just like?
Yes, definitely from God. Because let me tell you guys,
yes,
it's so crazy.
Girl, please give me hope. Is another episode of the Dear 20-something podcast, and I got my girl Sharena here from SC Collections.
I'm so excited.
My girl dropped a boutique earlier this month, and when I tell you, okay, ladies, she has gotten us ready for hot girl summer.
Yes.
So if you have not checked out her website, is your link in bio on Instagram?
Everything is there for you.
Ooh, what's your @ name, just so the peeps know?
Well, my personal @ name is styled by Sharena _ and then the boutiques is SC Collections Boutique.
When I tell you, I go on your Instagram and like you just give me so much freaking life.
Oh,
like
you.
Everything is so aesthetically placed, like and so aesthetically pleasing. Like your colors, like it just gives me like brown skin girl.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Like I put in a lot of work, so I'd be like, do people notice?
Yes.
Like, but no, thank you so much. I honestly really appreciate it.
Girl,
and I appreciate all your love and support. You're always supporting me, and I appreciate
please,
it.
every time you post a picture, like I'm just like, oh. Like I'm in awe. Like you're so gorgeous, so dope. You have a lot of just like dope things going on in life. Like I see like Black love. Like I see like just dope mom vibes. Like, and it's inspiring. It's really truly inspiring. Me as a 20-something-year-old single. Okay. Unwed, no child. Like sometimes I'm just like, damn, like God, did you skip me? like, where's my man?
Oh my God.
Like seeing your family, I swear, seeing your family on Instagram is so beautiful.
Thank you.
So can you tell us, because we went to high school together. Mm-hmm. Like I vividly remember you, and I know that your love started then. Can you tell me a little bit, like walk us down your Black love journey? What was that like?
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay, so it started off in high school, Taryn. We met in high school. We started off as friends. Yeah. And it's actually so funny because he was actually a new student there. And I remember everyone, because you know when you get a new student, everyone's like, did you see this kid? Did you see this kid?
Everybody's like, ooh, who that?
Exactly.
Who that is?
So I'm like, let me see this kid everyone's talking about. And when I first saw him, I'm like, this is it. Not that, he didn't look good or anything, but I was like, okay. And then I ended up just falling in love with him. We started off as friends in high school.
So how does that go? Because like me, I'm always like, if we're starting off as friends, we're going to be friends forever. Like honestly, I have more guy friends than I have girlfriends, which is weird. And most of my guy friends are like in relationships and things like that. Mm-hmm. So when I usually like start a guy, cause sometimes lines can get blurred. I can't lie and say one of my guy friends has never tried me in that way to be like,
of course.
Sis. So they definitely have tried me. So how did you kind of move into like, oh, this is a vibe, like you're dope, into like, ooh, you're really dope.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, I always say it's so crazy that you say that, because I feel like being friends first is the foundation of everything.
Absolutely.
Because when your relationship ends up getting tried, because it's going to be tried, having that foundation of a friendship, knowing that it's hard to at the same time, because if you do, it could work both ways. If you end up being in that relationship, because you have this friend, you don't want to end up losing that friendship.
Oh, that's so hard.
It is. It's really hard, but it's honestly fighting through it. Like, I'm not saying it's easy, because it's definitely not easy. It's not. It may look like a huge love story, and it is, but there's definitely trials and tribulations.
So like, okay, starting off, right, in high school, right? What were some of the challenges that you guys kind of had to like leap through coming into like, okay, now I want to take this serious?
Yeah. I feel like that was more so on him. I feel like as women, we naturally fall in love when we're just like, we just want you forever.
I'm the type of person, I literally, once I like spot someone I'm like, oh, okay. yeah, this is
it. I got my
it.
wedding colors ready.
Exactly.
Like, this is it.
And they need like years to figure out like that they want.
What the case was, and it was more so him trying to like figure out, which I respect. Like, I mean, we're in high school. Like,
absolutely. No, me, I was ready. I was like, okay, what's going on?
Pinterest. I had my wedding colors ready. Like, I was ready to go, and he's still trying to figure out his life, which is fine. But my thing is just as long with me, what it was for me is that the respect was always there.
Absolutely.
And that's what it was for me. The respect was, till this day, he will never disrespect me, never have disrespected me. And I just love that.
See, you got lucky because they be disrespecting us out here.
Crazy.
Okay, I don't know. Like they always ask Sierra, what was the prayer you prayed? Like, girl, I need your prayer because
and it's crazy because
real.
I did pray when I was younger. I really prayed and God answered my prayer.
Well, maybe mine is still pending because I had my list from like 16. Okay,
it's pending, girl. It's coming.
You know, I had my list in 16 and
another thing too, like a lot of girls be like, I'm 20. Like, girl, we are in our 20-somethings. Like, this is the time for you to not be stressed. Like, live your life. Don't worry about any of that. When it comes, it will come and it will come perfectly.
That's what they say, sis. But I'm always like, oh my, like, okay, for me, like, much like you, I'm a business owner, right? Mm-hmm. And owning a business is not easy, right? Because you're the one that has to do all the behind the scenes things. Yep. You have to ship orders out. You have to do customer service. You have to do all this on top of like maintaining your life, right? Mm-hmm. But I always say the number one success or number 1 and 2 success will always be for me like being a wife and being a mom. Like that to me is like a life well lived. Yeah. You know, because just the fact that I'm able to produce an unconditional love and an unconditional bond is like superior to everything else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I completely get what you're saying, but like, it's so funny because I believe the same way. For me, like every day, no matter how busy I am, it's so important for me to spend time with my baby because he's growing up every single day.
When I tell you, he is so freaking cute. He is so cute. Now he's picky. I see on Instagram, where you try to feed him certain things, and he'll be like, now don't even try me like that. I don't even want this.
And he's full blown like Caribbean. He likes his rice, his beans, everything. But
I like his little sandals, his little black sandals with his little feet that he has. Is so cute.
Yeah, I try to spend like literally as much time as with him as possible. But then again, it's so hard for me because I struggle. Like it's like two sides of me. Like I'm always struggling of I want to be a wife and I want to be a mom, and that's what's most important to me. But I don't want to just be a wife and a mom.
Yeah, that is scary.
I want to be more than that. Like I don't want people to just label me because a lot of people they end up having kids or they get married and they forget who they were.
They lose themselves. Yeah. They lose themselves. So I was in a long-term relationship too, and at one point I completely just like lost all of myself. Like I was so concerned in like nourishing that relationship and making sure that he was good that I forgot like, I'm a whole dope ass woman out here. Like before him was doing my thing. After him will do my thing, but during him I wasn't doing shit, but focused on was he good, was he okay? And there's nothing wrong with like pouring into your relationship, you know, but there is something that I feel like we as women need to talk about how to not lose yourself in situations that we find ourselves into. And it's just like when did you actually, like, when did your husband propose to you and you guys took that step from, okay, we're friends, okay, now we're dating, okay, now I'm ready to take that lifelong commitment? Yeah. And how did you know, before we get into your story and just like, how did you know like that was the one? Like, was that a confirmation that you got from God or just like?
Yes. Definitely from God, because let me tell you guys, it's so crazy.
Girl, please give me hope.
No, let me tell you, like there was times, because like I said, it's not like a beautiful, just like there's every relationship has their flaws, and I'm gonna be completely honest. We did nothing major, but everyone goes through stuff.
It's natural,
exactly, which is normal. Yeah. But for me, like, there were times where I thought, like, we would, let's say, get in an argument and we'd be like, I'm completely done. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And the next day I would see him at the mall.
No, yeah.
Let me tell you the craziest
He's
one.
Like, God's like, you're not letting this go. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Right. And then there was one time where we completely stopped talking, and something happened. Like, we got in an argument. We were just, like, completely done. Yeah. And then my mom at the time was looking for a house. Yeah. And she ended up finding a place. It was, like, so hard for her to find a place because she wanted something in this area. Yeah. And she ended up getting approved by the bank and everything. And the specific place where we found, I was his neighbor. Yeah,
oh, so God was like,
literally, he was my next
joke's on you.
I was like, all right, God, I hear you, I see you. And then at that point, it just, we just continued. That was obviously a sign. And honestly, just the vibes was just there. Yeah. Like, there was no questioning it. It just felt right.
Does he ever tell you, like, the moment that he knew?
Yeah, he always says instantly, but I just be like, please.
I just don't feel like it happens like that for guys.
So. I don't think so either, honestly.
Like, I'm the type of woman, and this is why I've only been in 2 relationships in my life. But I've dated, but I've only been in 2 relationships in my life. And that's solely because, like, I know what I can vibe with instantly. Yeah. And I know that what I can't vibe with instantly. And sometimes I'll, like, entertain a situation, but I know that it's not going anywhere. Right. But for guys, I feel like they need confirmation after confirmation after confirmation to be I'm gonna lock this down.
And then that's basically the situation. Yeah. And my thing, and it's so crazy because it's like the guy, he could do whatever he wants, but when the girl starts to kind of, go out there, talk, it's almost like, what are you doing?
Oh my God. I had that situation today, actually.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. So let me give you a little, get a little, deep down here. So I had a conversation with somebody that I'm talking to, right? And I asked them, we both mutually were just in conversation. That we were like, we are not exclusive as of yet. And the question came up of, are you talking to anyone else or are you talking to anyone else? So he was like, yeah, I'm talking to this one other person, but it's long distance. And I was like, yeah, I got a couple people that I talk to, but it's not serious. Right. Like, maybe we'll have conversations. Maybe we'll, go out. But there's no one that I talk to as much as I talk to you. Right. And you can tell, like, he just felt some type of way. And that I couldn't understand because it's just like, you haven't made that commitment to say, hey, I want us to solely just talk to each other. So, and then 2, it's like, you were okay with doing that for yourself. But now when I tell you, hey, I'm doing the same thing, it's a problem. And I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit of a double standard. But I digress. Just wanted to let that out there.
No, it is. And I don't like that. Like, listen, there's no ring on my finger. There's
Absolutely.
No commitment. I could do whatever I want to do respectfully.
Yes.
As long as, like, where there's that communication
Absolutely.
there. This is your life. Because at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that I had to learn just in dating, period. Because I have always been that person where it's like, I like somebody, I'm going to shut shit down for everybody else.
We naturally do that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no, I'm not talking to anybody else because I'm really feeling this. And then I get my feelings hurt knowing that they have multiple people that they're talking to. So it's just like,
and
now.
You lost a couple sides on
that's what I'm saying. And now when I'm trying to, like, build my team back up, they don't even want to talk to me for real because it's just like, you let me go for what? And now you're back.
Not build my team back up.
So it's like, now I'm just in the process of, until you make me your girlfriend, I have a team, right? You may be my star player. You may be my star player, but there's others.
There's others. And you need to let them know that there's others because they be thinking that they could try you.
That's what I did today, and they weren't so happy about that. But, what can I do?
Watch them unfold in a couple of days. You're going to see some changes.
Yeah, listen, I bet you I'll find out more stuff. See, when you start being honest, then they want to be honest about shit and come clean. It's just like, oh, okay. Thought you were the angel here. But I know. Anyways, okay, so he said he knew instantly, right? All right, so then going from dating, you guys going through that, to now him proposing to you. What was that? Or am I skipping any steps?
No. It was, honestly, we knew from the very beginning. I feel like we were very mature in our relationship because we knew each other so long. I already knew I was going to marry him. He knew he was going to marry me. It was a matter of when it was going to happen. And for me, it was important for me to graduate college and do all that stuff. Because I'm Caribbean. My mom's Haitian. My mom doesn't play that. Like,
yeah. When you get married, when you're having kids, like, stop playing with me.
Yeah. And my mom actually more so was like school, which is, of course, typical. But even so early, like, we knew we wanted to. But as soon as I got pregnant, it was just like, for him, I didn't even know when he was going to do it. But I knew. But I just didn't.
It's like, it's coming. I got to be cute at all times. Like, I got to make sure my nails are done at all times.
Yes, I was so prepared. And then he just, it was on New Year or Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I don't know. One of those days we proposed. And then we got married. I guess secretly, not really secretly, but we went to the courthouse.
Honestly, that's really, truly, like, my sister always says that she wants this big grand wedding. And I'm just like, no. Yeah. Because for me, marriage is a very sacred thing. And when I do get married and when I do have that bond, I want to protect my marriage as much as possible. Yes. And what I mean by protect my marriage as much as possible is, like, I feel like sometimes the more people you allow into what you have going on, the more people that don't have that or don't really understand the ins and outs of how you experience your relationship love to tell you what you need to do in your situation.
Yes. Oh my God.
And for me, that's a no-no.
Serious. Like, I'm about to be with you for the rest of my life.
That's a and people, like, it's so crazy because people take these type of commitments lightly, and that scares me in our generation.
Yes, it's bad. It's bad in our generation.
You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes we step into these situations and that's why I asked you, did you hear from God? And, like, all of the confirmations that you got, like, nothing happens for, everything happens for a reason at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And God kept putting this man, like, in your path. Yeah. Kept putting this man in your path, and I don't feel like that's coincidence. Like, he may not always be like, Sharena, Taryn is the one. Yeah. But he'll do certain things.
You're silly.
But he'll do certain things to make you, like, provide you with confirmation. And I look for those confirmations just in day-to-day life. But a lot of times, like, and now we live in this culture where it's just like, I'm doing it because it looks cool. I'm not doing it.
Crazy to me.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just doing it because, like, I just know that that's the next season I'm supposed to be in my life. Like, that's the next cool thing. And a lot of times we don't dig deep into, who that person is. What is their ambitions? What is their drive? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's the growth for me too. Like, for me, when I say there was no doubt, like, there was no doubt. Like, to this day, like, I'll marry him again a million times. Like, he is just shows me within himself, because it's more than just us. It's like, it's me individually and it's you individually.
Absolutely.
Like, seeing your growth.
What? Oh, it's me individually and it's you individually. Yeah. That's big.
No, it's true. Like, I told myself before getting married, even before getting proposed, it was very important for me to stay true to me, like, being myself, and for him, for himself too. I never want to pressure anyone to feel like they need to do anything or not be themselves.
Absolutely.
He was fully himself, and me watching his growth, because, like I said, it wasn't always easy, but me, like, watching his growth. Like, he just graduated from the Fire Academy.
I saw that. So congratulations to your man, girl.
Thank you. And that was on him, and I'm just so, it wasn't always like that easy. I'm just so proud of him. And then on top of that, doing that, and then still, like, he's always motivating me. Like, you got this. Like, he'll leave little notes for me. Like,
that's
don't
dope.
Give up on your dreams.
Like, you hear this, God? Do you hear this? Okay, keep going, girl.
Yeah, so he's just amazing, and just having that person always motivates you, being who they are, and just being a good fit for you.
Yeah, basically. Absolutely. So, okay. So you found out it's a good fit, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, there are challenges. Like, how do you guys navigate through the challenges that you have? Because for me, me coming out of a relationship, the way that I used to navigate my challenges was just like, okay, I'm going to give it a day or two, and then we probably won't even talk about it. We probably won't even resolve anything. But it's been 2 days, and I missed you, so.
I'm a true Gemini. Like, let me tell you guys.
Yeah. Me too,
crazy.
girl. Wait, when is your birthday?
June 8th.
Okay, I'm 21st day of Gemini. May 21st.
So you're right there.
Whew. Okay.
Wow.
Serious.
You're like kind of in between, like borderline, but
listen,
I'm crazy. Like it was never.
Yeah,
now we have a kid, so we're much calmer. But I'm gonna tell you right now, girl, there's been times where I was just like, Sharena, did you really have to do all of that?
Listen.
You really have to do all of that?
I had to have some sit down moments of meditation. Like, sis, okay, now you're doing a lot.
But I'll still keep going. That's the funny thing. Like, I know I'm doing a lot, but I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna back down.
No. I remember one time, like with when I was in a relationship, right? He never wanted to tell me his phone password, so I would always be like looking to the side, like trying to figure it out. And then after like 8 months of observation, I finally figured it out. Okay. And I was just like,
I'm proud of you.
I got this. But I would do little stuff like that. Like I was never the rah like turn up on him type. Well, maybe early on in our relationship.
Yeah.
But as I got a little older, I was never that type. But I was always just like, well, why? And
did you go on the phone?
Did I go through the phone?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you find anything?
Absolutely. Yeah. See, you get what I get the saying where they say you get what you're looking for, but the shit shouldn't be in there regardless.
Period.
Okay. So I don't care who says you get what you're looking for. Fuck that. Like,
I don't
why
like
is
that
it there?
It shouldn't be there, period.
I shouldn't find anything. And yeah, I'm snooping, but no, respect me.
Do you believe that you guys, like your partner, you guys should know your password?
I'm very like, if you know it, that's fine. Like I have nothing to hide.
That's
like
how I am too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like to this day, you know, my previous sister, they still, like I was with them the other day and they still have the password to my phone. It's just like, I have nothing to hide. I've always been the open book type of person for me. And a lot of times people think like, you say too much or you know, you let people know too much. I just feel like if I'm an open book, you can never use what I say against me because I already said it first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You heard it from
agree.
the source's mouth. So I'm not afraid to be an open book because at the end of the day, like I know myself and I just know me. So anybody who tries to tell me really doesn't matter, right? So yeah, I did, and I don't like when people say like, oh, you shouldn't have been looking anyway. It shouldn't have happened.
I don't know why people would say that. Like, if you didn't look and you didn't find, then they just continue to play you, and I'm just no.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would have never known. It's like okay, you're trying to play me out here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And then, like, when someone's so secretive about their phone, you clearly are hiding something.
Right.
Clearly.
Because you can tell somebody who's just like, I don't care. Like, they'll hire anybody. I don't have anything to hide. Here you go.
Yeah.
But anybody that's just like, whoa, what do you want to do? Or if you ask them to, like, look up something on Google and they're constantly just like, well, what you looking at? Well, I'll type it in for you.
Turning their phone.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. If you ask somebody to call somebody using their phone because yours is dead, and they're like, well, what's the number? I'll dial it for you. It's like, I know how to work a phone, bro. Like, what are you doing?
That is so funny. You know you're hiding something when
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, shit is crazy out here. Wow. But that's funny. But so how do you guys? Sorry, going off on a tangent there, have reminiscing and shit. No, how do you guys have like your conflict resolution and get back to like, I love you, and I love you, and now let's fix this and let's work through it.
Honestly, like this is what I was saying before. Like as a Gemini, like
you said you were a crazy Gemini,
like,
right?
Like I cannot go to bed if like he's a Sagittarius, so he's yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yikes. My sister's behind the scenes here. She's like, oh yeah.
I feel like he's the type of person like he just builds up. Like, I can't keep shit in. Like, if I'm upset, it's coming out. Like, I will try
like
my
lava.
Best. Yes. Yeah. Like, I will literally try my best to be like, okay, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
And then we could be right in bed, and I just turn around and be like, no, I can't let it go. Like,
I love that, though.
I just can't. But that, I feel like, is so good because, I mean, it could be a good and bad thing because that other person may not always be ready when
Absolutely.
you're ready.
Absolutely.
But you need to always be ready when I'm ready, because we need to talk about this.
We need to talk about this. We need to let this shit go. Because in the morning, I'm trying to be all lovey-dovey for
and
real.
That's the thing. Like I want breakfast in the morning.
Right. I need that note that you be leaving me. Okay, in the morning. so we're not going to go to there. Right?
Literally, that's the attitude. So anytime we have an argument, we literally just honestly talk it out respectfully too. Like without trying to curse each other out. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah, of course. It's human nature. Like anybody who says or tries to portray like they have the perfect relationship, they are mother freaking lying. I'm telling you right now, no situation will ever be perfect. And there's beauty. There's beauty in having that. Listen, because it's like you understand your partner more. You understand kind of like what hiccups you guys get into. And if you're able to resolve them, you get that much. I feel like through those type of situations, you get that much closer together.
And that's what it is. Honestly, our arguments, I don't know if this may sound crazy, but brings us closer. Like I know what not to do. He knows what not to do.
And that's how you that's how you argue properly.
Yes.
Because if it divides you, then there's a miscommunication. But if it brings you together,
and that's what it always is. It ends up bringing, like, we've had crazy arguments where maybe we don't speak for a couple of days in the past, but like we always come back. Because my thing is, okay, I try to dissect it. Why did we get in an argument? What can we do to not make it happen again? What can I do? I didn't like that you did this. You didn't like, so that next time we avoid it. And that's honestly what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's just a beautiful beautiful thing. Being able to communicate properly, right? Mm-hmm. But I really want to dive into with you while I have you here is like the fact that you are a new mom, the fact that you have a husband that treats you great and that you treat great, and you take care of your family and making sure that they have everything you need. How do you navigate through the challenges that most mommies, let's be real, I'm not a mother yet. I would love it, but I feel like my business is my baby, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of the times I neglect myself. Like I need to get my nails done right now, but I had shit to do this week, so I didn't have time to for real. But like, how do you navigate through, okay, I, number one, have to make sure my family, my husband, my baby is good. Home front is good. But then where do you make time to like take care of you? Or how have you kind of incorporated, okay, I need me time. Like how do you do that?
To be honest, I don't have it all together right now. It may seem like I do.
That's real. Girl, that's real.
I really don't. Like, I'm literally just learning. I've gotten better, but I really, to be honest, I don't have it all together. But I do try my best to be as organized as I can. Yeah. And just make sure that it's just hard. Like, I got to make sure that I'm giving my baby time. I got to make sure I'm giving my husband time. And then I got to make sure that I'm giving myself time because I'm still working as well. Like, I have a full-time job. I have a baby and I have a husband. So it's hard. I honestly be like, I look at other mothers and I'm just like, how do you guys do this? Because this shit is hard. It's hard. But like I said, making sure that there's like a structure there, somewhat of an organization. Yeah. And just for me, like I said, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I graduated in entrepreneurship.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah. So I really always say till this day, like, I don't want to be working for anyone else for the rest of my life. And I always say, especially after having a baby, it's important for me to show him to leave of an example for him.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't have to do this. There's also other options.
Absolutely.
Out there. So
it's like a lot of people don't understand. Like, of course, we're in two different areas of our life, but I can definitely identify of like me just needing to say like, okay, you need a breather. Like now, like I really truly just need a second because I when I dedicate myself to something, just like how you dedicate yourself to your family, when I dedicate myself to like my business and things like that, like I go full in. Like a lot of times, like it's so sad because I like lose friends or like because I'm not a good like checker upper. Like, hey, you good? Like I get so wrapped up in I gotta do this, I gotta do that, because you know we're one woman shows half of the time. Like let's be real, entrepreneurship does look glamorized, but it's hard as hell.
It is really, really hard for sure. And like I feel like having the right friends though around you and support system, family, friends, whoever, understanding what you're doing is so important, because like I completely get what you're saying. You know, balancing everything is so hard. Like just for me, like I'm like I gotta get my hair done, I gotta get my nails done. Like small things like that are like me time, because I don't ever have me time. I really don't. But you got it, girl.
You know, I've definitely been trying, because I am a nail biter. I'm an avid nail biter. So I've been like, okay, every week, like I've literally been getting my nails done like every week and a half, because I'm just like, okay, I'm 27. It's time to act like an adult. Okay. So it's time to stop biting my nails. So I've been trying to like get my nails done and just like make time for that. But then it's also like, in those little moments that I have, I'm just like, dang, I haven't checked up on so-and-so in this amount of time. Like I haven't reached out to so-and-so in this time. I have a whole godchild that now I live in a different state. And it's just like, I feel so terrible that I'm not able to like see her grow. Like, and that really like, I don't know. I have got mommy guilt, because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I see all these beautiful pictures of her just like happy. And I remember her coming out of her mom, and now she's like this big little person, and I'm not able to see that, and I don't always check up, so I can't say that I don't feel guilty at times, but it's just like I get so wrapped up in just like everything that I'm trying to do, and like when I feel like I'm off track, then I get into like this depressed state of like, oh my God, my life is shit.
Girl, you know? I go through this. I think I go through that like every other week. That's what I'm saying.
Like. And when I get into that depressed state, then I don't want to talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I need to sort through. I need to write lists. I need to start planning shit out. Like, I need to figure it out.
This is me. I swear I have like 10 different notebooks.
Oh my God, me too.
I go to like TJ Maxx, Ross.
Yes. Every time, like I go through something, I'm like, I need a new notebook. It's time to get this shit together. Like, it's time to get this shit together. Today.
I be writing quotes and all that stuff in them. And I'm like, Sharena, there's no reason why you have 5 different 2020 calendars and there's only 1 year. Like,
it's so true. Like I always feel like buying a new notebook is the shit that's gonna get me back on track. Like
that's not the truth. Yeah, I just feel like that. Like, when I get, I'm like, all right, this is it. This is it. I swear, and another thing too, I feel like social media just adds a part of pressure.
Girl, can we talk about that?
Yes, honestly, we really need to talk about that. Like, we don't speak about this enough.
Listen,
we need to talk about that.
Social media it can definitely, if you're not strong enough, can be a dream killer. And when I say a dream killer, what I mean is if you're not strong enough to have tunnel vision, and I've had to learn this within my own self, because I'm always like, oh, well, this person's way ahead than me. Oh my God, I'm never going to get there. Maybe I'm not called to this. I'm going to stop. But it's just like, no, that's not what God put in your heart to just stop. You know, you can either use something for inspiration, or what I've learned to do now is hit the mute button. Me and that mute button are best friends. And not because I'm envious of a person, or I'm you know, like hating on a person. It's truly because like I, at this time in my life, am working towards something. And if I feel like I'm going to be comparing myself to someone else, or comparing myself to someone's journey, and I have no idea what their journey's like, then I have to hit that mute button.
Oh my God. This is like, this is my life right now. Like for me, my phone, my notifications are always off. Yeah. That's always like been off. But it's like, even now, like, I don't know if you notice how Instagram has changed a thing where you could hide your likes. Yeah. I've done that because I'm just like always like what you just said. I'm like, Sharena, do you really need to be doing this? Is this really your destiny? Yes. Is this what God has? Like, as we speak, I've been going through that and comparing yourself. But I always had to tell myself, well, you don't know how they got there.
Absolutely.
You know what God has planned for them. You don't know what has got, and like, I'm always like questioning, is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
Oh my God, girl.
Like,
what?
And it's hard because I wasn't like that before.
Yeah.
Instagram, I would always say Instagram used to just be so fun. Like, where you just post a picture.
Right.
Whatever, and it's
like, I'm living my life.
Now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's completely business. Like, you're looking at, okay, this picture got less likes than this one.
Yeah.
This person didn't comment.
Am I doing something wrong because I didn't get that engagement this time? And it's like, shit, maybe I got to change my strategy today.
Yes. Changing from business to creator. Like, I'm like, yo, I easily just get away from it. Like, there's days where I won't, like, times where I won't post for like a week or days because I need like to have my mental strength.
Absolutely. Like, I'm telling you, like, and of course we post our best versions of ourselves on social media, you know, and I always try to remind myself, like, this shit, I mean, yeah, it's a part of my life, but it's not in its entirety. Like, and I've just been learning to embrace whatever the struggle comes with me trying to pursue my goals, you know, and it's hard. It's challenging. I can't say, a lot of times I'll sit there and call my sister. My sister would be like, you're always providing motivation to other people. Girl, do you ever listen to yourself?
I love your little videos. Like, I just be like, yes, this is what I needed.
Girl, and I literally talked to myself in those videos of the time where I had a video where I was just like, you know, you don't think you're called, like, you don't think you're worthy. And I'm just like, that's me literally talking to myself. Because if I'm honest, a lot of the times I don't feel called. Like, a lot of the times I don't feel worthy. I'm just like, God, like, okay, I have this idea. I have all these fluid ideas in my head. And I see how you want me to kind of like bring it about. But what if, you know, in my timing, it doesn't happen and then I stop? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and another thing too for me is like how people feel like, oh my God, everyone's gonna see that completely just fucked up. Like, and that's really what it is.
Oh
too.
my
like,
God.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, she didn't do good. And it's like, we want to see the results immediately. Like,
yes.
There's a whole journey. Like, people, it takes years. And for us, because we're seeing it on our phones, we're thinking that it's supposed to happen like that. And it's a whole journey. Just who said that? J. Cole? Someone said embrace the journey.
Listen,
I think it was J. Cole.
Even with certain things that I have, like even originally when I first started the podcast, I had someone engineer the podcast, and then halfway through, they you know, we got into a disagreement. They backed out. Then I was just like, okay, Niyah, do I stop? And I was just like, God didn't. This honestly, the Dear 20 Something podcast was something that I wrote in them 20 journals that I have, like back like maybe about 7 years ago.
Oh wow!
I literally have the journal still. It's all ripped up and everything, but it literally says Dear 20 Something podcast in that freaking journal with a circle around it.
That's amazing.
So they backed out midway, and I'm just like, oh God, you know, maybe I got all this equipment, and I don't know. And I was depressed. And then I you know, God reminded me, you're resilient, girl. The hell? If something doesn't work out, you're resilient. I've placed that resilience in you to go ahead and get back up, even if you got to learn the shit, even if you got to figure it out as you go. Like, you're resilient. Stop playing on yourself.
Yes, we do that too many times.
So I had to learn. I literally sat at this fucking table right here. And I was just like, okay, this chord goes here. You know, okay. Can you, even when we started, I'm like, girl, can you hear yourself? I don't know. Like, I'm just testing shit out here. You know, and that just comes from of a space of me kind of learning and understanding, like, there will be hiccups. There will be challenges. There will be some times where you feel like you're not measuring up. There will be some times where you fall off track. Yeah. That's fine. But always keep your eyes on that end goal. And whatever that end goal is, stay true to that and stay true to yourself.
Yes, that's so important. Like, it's hard because you just look at this and you're just like, I want this. And like I said, you're forgetting the journey to get there. Like,
absolutely.
It's like, you got to embrace it. Because if you think about it, have you ever thought about, even now, you're like, wow, have you ever had moments and you're just like, look how far I've come. Like, bruh, I would never think I would be here right now.
Yes.
So that's, you know, that's just an example of it. And for me, it's hard because, like, I'm such a perfectionist.
Oh my God, what?
I want everything to be perfect. And the day or whatever, as soon as it's like something goes wrong, I'm just like, I'm like, literally, I'll call my husband. I'm just literally like, this isn't it. Like, I'm terrible. Like, I'm just,
why did I even start this shit?
Yeah, literally. And now I'm like, fuck, I already started. Now people know, so I can't stop now. So it's hard. It really is. But you just got to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the more that, and there's this lady I used to work for. She always used to say like community over competition, and it's so true. Like the more that, even if we have the same type of things going on, the more that we can pour into each other, just as number one, as women, because it's hard out here for us women. No matter what area of life we're in, like it's tough.
It's so tough.
Black owned business, the leading a group of people is Black women. Even in opening businesses, period. Entrepreneurs, the leading group of people is Black women, and it's not easy.
It's not,
because as Black women, we're told that we have to make sure that home front is together. We have to take care of things. And then we have to make room for ourselves, and then we have to make room for purpose. Mm-hmm. That shit is not easy.
It's not, and you're like getting looked at. Like I feel like people look at you too, like, okay, as soon as you do mess up, it's like the end of the world. Like it's hard. Like it's honestly, it is. This is probably one of the hardest times. Like I'm trying to just embrace it. But it's hard. Like I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta make sure this is good. I gotta, and not only do it, but I have to excel in doing it.
Absolutely.
And each one, like being a good mom, being a good wife, making sure my business is good. And there's only 24 hours. I just be like, how the hell Beyonce does this?
Literally only 24 hours. That's what somebody was like, how are you complaining? You're so busy. Look at Beyonce. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not Beyonce, but.
And Beyonce I told myself, like Beyonce got people that work for her too.
Exactly. So stop. Okay. But like, it really is tough. And the more that we lean on like each other and can have conversations that like this, that say, sis, I'm in the same freaking boat. Yes. Like, girl, like, oh my God, like this shit is tough.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? The more that we can adopt a system of community rather than competition, and looking at like, I want this girl to fail so bad.
I hate seeing that. Like I hate it. And I'm just like, but why? Like, if you're my friend, I want you to, like, you winning is me winning. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
That means I'm winning, and vice versa. Like, I'm offering something to you, you're offering something to me.
Absolutely.
And like, I'm always open. Like, I'm just like, if anyone, like, people will DM me or whatever, like, if you have any tips or anything like that, like, I'm just an open book. Like, just help me out, please.
I know. But we're going to get through. Like, we're going to get through. And I really, truly, like, appreciate you coming through, like, and you sharing your story, your Black love story, God.
Thank you.
You heard everything she said, right? Her husband leaves her notes. Did you hear that?
Oh, my God.
Like, did you hear that? Okay?
Don't pressure yourself. I'm telling you, when it comes, it's going to come.
I hope so.
When you're not even searching.
That's why I'm like, okay, maybe I should stop searching. Maybe it'll come faster.
Yeah.
No.
But honestly, Florida isn't the best.
Oh my God, no. See, I recently moved from Jersey back to Florida a year ago, and the guys are different. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, these guys out here are a little bit too friendly for me. I don't know.
No, men these days, like, I feel like the roles have switched. Like, women, we're out here doing our stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like they just need to get their ish together, because
absolutely. Because listen, we like, and I'm not like cutting down any other races, but Black women out here in this day and age are go-getters, period.
Yes.
And it's I'm gonna go get it regardless.
And I love that.
Me too. What?
A lot of men can't handle that though. But I feel like if you can't handle it, it's your own insecurity. Like, you have something going on, like, yeah, it's rough. Like, these guys here have no motivation, no ambition. They're just dumb.
And it's really truly sad, because like, when you're a woman who like comes with a lot to offer, like, my whole thing is, right, and there was this B. Simone clip that I saw like a couple months ago where she was like, oh, you want all of this, but are you preparing yourself?
I saw that,
I've always been big on that. You know what I'm saying? I know that I want to make room for somebody, that when I attach myself to somebody, I come correct, and hopefully they come correct to me. And if it's from God, he will come correct. But I want to make sure, like, I have my maybe if it's not all the way together, at least in the process of having them together. Like I want to make sure that I have certain things in the works, so that when we meet, iron can sharpen iron and one not dull the other.
And that's what it's supposed to be like. And even like in my relationship, I feel like I have helped him in many ways, and then he has
in return,
missing gaps, like things that I needed, he filled, and vice versa. And I feel like that's what it's about. Iron sharpens iron.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I really appreciate you just being vulnerable and like you just sharing kind of your story and where you're at with the peeps of the Dear 20-something podcast. Because, this is the place where we get real as fuck, relatable as fuck.
Yes, and thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you so much, and I love what you're doing.
I appreciate this.
Just keep going. That's
Don't make me cry out here. I'm emotional, girl.
No, me too.
No, girl.
I'll cry for anything.
But let the people know where they can find you, where they can find SC Collections, and where they can shop, and what you got going on next that they can stay tuned for.
Okay, yeah. So, again, my Instagram is Style by Sharena, so you'll see the website in my bio.
Please follow her, girl. When I tell you the aesthetics are on point, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and then thank you. It's hard. It's really
girl,
hard, though.
Do you use Planoly or something? Like the hell?
No, I actually think I deleted that, but I just be going for some of the time, like most of the time it just happens in the same day, and I just be like, oh God, does this even look right? It's the point I don't even care anymore. Sometimes. But yeah, if you go on the bio, you'll see the website, then the link is in there, and honestly everything is there. You just go there, and I worked really, really hard on making everything as I would say affordable.
Oh my
quality.
God, what? Yes. No, you can definitely. I browsed your website and I was just like, damn. I need that. I need that. So.
Yeah, girl, and I'll hook you up with a discount.
Listen, no. Listen,
I know.
I'm shopping your store. Listen, Sharena was one of the first people that bought from my Shop Be the Light store, and I'm so grateful. Like that meant so much to me because we weren't even really in communication a lot then, and the fact that she supported me, you don't understand. Sometimes a little support really inspires us to really say, you know what? I can do this. Oh, there are people that see me. Oh, some people
the
do
first
believe
day I
in
literally
me.
Cried. I was just like, oh my God. But it's I'm an emotional person too. Any little form of it's important for me to give it to people. Yeah. Because I know when I receive it, I just be emotional. And
that's
you don't
what I'm
even
saying.
have to purchase. Obviously, I want you to purchase, but I'm saying, for the typical person, even saying, I love what you're doing, keep going, or reposting, or something simple, I'm just so grateful for that. It's such
a beautiful thing. So I appreciate that. So, I want to close off the episode, right? Yeah. Did you tell them where they can find your collection?
Yes, sccollectionsboutique.com.
Yes.
So
you heard that. sccollectionsboutique.com. Yes. Just saying that one more time, just in case you missed it. But usually how I end off the episodes, it's with a takeaway or something that you would like to say to the Dear 20-somethings, just about anything that we talked about. What is your message to the people out there kind of struggling with juggling life and also entrepreneurship and also maybe dealing with just these major life events that are happening around us?
Yeah, honestly, I would say as hard as it gets, just keep going. And I know that sounds so cliche.
Absolutely.
But having a good support system, if you're a spiritual person, pray. Pray. Every day I'm always God,
absolutely,
just show me guidance, lead me the way where I'm supposed to be. So just having that support system and just keep believing in yourself. Absolutely. I know that sounds so cliche.
No, it literally is the basis of it.
Yeah.
In everything, pray.
Yes.
In everything, and the answers will be revealed to you.
It will, I promise.
One takeaway that you've blessed me with, girl, is just divine timing. Honestly, wait. You don't necessarily always have to go looking for something. You don't necessarily always. There's this new thing of manifesting things. When God sends you whatever He's supposed to send you for your life, you'll know it.
Yes.
You'll feel it. And you won't have to question it. And the way that you know that it's truly yours is that you have peace.
Yes.
And you have comfort in that. So I would say to the Dear 20-somethings is to not look at necessarily where you are and say, damn, I should be further. Or, damn, why don't I have this? Or, da-da-da. But just embrace where you are and know that the desires of your heart is on the way, but in the right timing.
Yes.
Right?
Yep, 100%.
So I thank you guys for listening to us and allowing us to get real as fuck, relatable as fuck. I can't wait to catch you guys on the next episode. We over and out for real.
Thank you.
Bye.